Very cool. So, like I said, most of the stuff we got new today is the Lunkerhunt stuff, and I think up first we got Matt. You talking about some of the new the shifter swim baits and the shifter jigs. Is that correct?
Yeah, the bait shifter series. So this is a really cool series, and let's talk about the jig head first, because if you look at that jig head there, centered on the camera, so it comes in an 1/8 and a 3/8 ounce model. But what's so cool about this package is you can buy some of the baits that we'll talk about in a minute is the Minnow and the Shad, and it comes in a combo pack with that shifter jig head, and this is designed specifically for our bait shifter series, which is, like I said, the Minnow and the Shad. But you want me to show you how to rig one real quick now?
Definitely.
Just because to me that's the coolest feature there is. So if you look at one of the baits here, this is actually the Minnow. So this is the larger version. It's a 4-inch version, and it's got a little hole right here behind the dorsal fin, and then up here in the front, it's got a little tiny hole for the eye of the hook. So it basically, all you do, let me get it here on the camera where y'all can see it, is when you push it in that hole and you slide it up, boom, you're done. So that's how simple it is to rig. The eye of the hook's already coming out the top of the bait there. It's perfectly centered. That's something that a lot of people have trouble with when you're threading on swim baits and things like that on different type jig heads, is we're all really particular, especially the pros, about making sure that hook comes out the back of that bait perfectly centered. This one, you can't mess it up. I mean, it's that easy. So that's probably the coolest thing about the bait shifter jig series. And the other thing about the bait shifter jig, the jig heads themselves, is that is an anodized black nickel hook, which means it's saltwater ready. So this is a good crossover product. I mean, it can catch all different species of bass, stripers, you name it. It can catch them in freshwater, but it crosses over. You can catch, speckled trout, redfish, flounder, things like that on this same series. So it's a really neat series.
Yeah. One of the other nice things about that, like Matt said, is when you're threading that hook through the bait, the plastic is already cut. So it's not like normally when we rig a swim bait on a hook, you've got plastic that's being torn. So then sometimes you might catch one fish, maybe two fish if you're lucky, and that swim bait's done. With this one, you already have the hook hole there, so you're gonna be able to catch more fish on that, and save a few bucks and put a few more fish on each single swim bait.
Yeah, and if y'all remember some of the old, I can't remember who made them, but the power mullets and things like that, they came pre-rigged like this. But the difference in those is it had the lead and all built in. So once that thing was rigged, it didn't really have any room to move or anything. This hook right here has got a little freedom. So what that means is when you hook up with a fish, it's not stuck in one place. So the fish can actually move with that hook. And I don't know if you can see the play in it. There's a little bit of play, and that's because of that hole that's pre-rigged in the bait body itself. So great little bait, cool little series.
And so there's a couple of different bait options to use with that jig head there. There's a swim bait and a shad.
So the bait shifter Shad and the bait shifter Minnow. The Minnow is the 3.5-inch version here, and then the Shad is the one we just talked about in the 4-inch version here. Comes in 6 really cool colors. I believe this one's the ice color, but of course we've got there's a couple different colors in the Minnow there, and there's the violet color. I keep getting off center on the camera. But yeah, 6 different colors, and you can buy the Minnow. You can get 6 bodies to a pack, or you can get the pre-rig kit, which comes with in the Minnow it's 3 bodies and 1 shifter bait jig head, or you can get the Shad, which has 2 bodies and 1 jig head in that pack. So it's already ready to go.
Awesome. St. Clair is calling my name. Great way to cover some water and catch some giants with that thing.
Yeah, just at first look here, the action seems great, but the plastic is super durable too, which is typical for the Lunkerhunt. And so going from there, that was a look. These are available for pre-order, correct, Corey?
Yes, for pre-order right now.
So head to the website, check out all the colors we got there, and pre-order yourself some of these swim baits.